Hey YouTube, this is your boy Patrick coming back. How my brothers and sisters doing out there? So I have another question of the day. And this is an important question to me because I'm trying to deal with it. So it's imperative that I get an answer. And I hope that you can do that or give me some assistance or guidance. And the question is, it's for my brothers who are married, have a significant other, have a femme or a girlfriend. Now, I said all those different ways because, hold on, because some of them like to take different names or titles, I say. This is a question that I talked to my wife about. And I have her opinion. I thank her for telling me what she had on her mind. But I thought I wanted to get a couple more opinions from my brothers and my sisters. So I ask you this. When you started to transition, were you married then? Or you had a girlfriend? Or you had a femme? Or a significant other? How did they feel? How did they feel when you went through your transition? Or while you're going through your transition? How do they feel? And the reason I ask you this question is because when my wife and I met each other, she was a femme and I was a stud. So I had the anatomy of a female. But mentally I had, not the anatomy, but mentally, just mentally, I was a man. And I am a man, so that's how I see myself. I'm just in the wrong body. So I do ask you this because when we both fell in love with each other, I have the anatomy of a woman. But when I transition, I will have the anatomy of a man. So when we first got together, like I said, I had the anatomy of a woman. So when you transition and you have no longer have that female anatomy, will you still have that partner? Will you still have your wife? Will you still have your girlfriend? Will you still have your femme? Your significant other? Are they there now? Or did they say they couldn't handle it? And if you've gone all the way through, are they still with you? Do they still love you the same? Or do they see you totally different? And because when we transition, we're not only physically transitioning ourselves, but we're also mentally transitioning our family. So, sorry about that. How is your transition when it comes to your family members? Especially your wife, significant other, girlfriend, partner, whatever you want to call her, whatever it is, how did they feel? Now, I've seen quite a few videos where some have left some of my boys because they were transitioning. Or when they've gone all the way through their transition, they no longer want to be touched because they see you in a different light now. I've seen one video where this gentleman transitioned to a woman. And he was married, had children. And he's still married to her at this, she is still married to her at this present time. But they are not together as husband and wife. They're not even together as wife and wife. They're in the same household because of their children and because they don't have any other options. In other words, they don't have the financial stability to move from each other. So that's a dilemma right there. Could you live in a house with an individual, knew that you were transitioning, and once you go through that transition, they no longer want to be a part of you? So mentally, they haven't changed. So how do you handle that transition with your spouse, your significant other, your girlfriend, your femme, and your immediate family, such as your children? And you know I love kids. So you know, as well as you and your wife change, transition, so does your children. So this is a family transition when you think about it. It's not just a me transition. Have you brothers thought about that? Or is that something that keeps you from getting involved with someone because you are transitioning and you don't want them to know the female part of you? You want them to know your male part, which you are a man. That's what you want them to know. Tell me what you think about that. And get back to me. I also would like to discuss how your relatives deal with it. In other words, how does your mother, your father, your sisters, your brothers, your aunts, uncles, grandparents, all these relatives that are not a part of your immediate family, how have they taken your transition? Do they know? Have you kept them out of the loop due to the fact that you know they will give you some kind of negative feedback? What is it? You know, we already talked about the support system, and that's what some of your support would come from: your family, your immediate family, and your distant family and friends. Were they supportive? Did they see you? I say this because my sister looks at me. I have a sister that's older than me. And she has a son. And he's gay. And she has me, her brother. But she sees me as her sister. And my sister can give you a look. She could give you a look of displeasure. A look that like, why are you doing this? What are you doing to the kids? But my kids are handling it. My 12-year-old son is having a little difficulty because he's in those teen years. But tell me what you think. Tell me how your family handled it. All right? Please get back to me. Please. I really need to have some feedback on this one. I really need some help on this one. All right? It's your boy out. See you later.